Hi, Richard from Weekdone here. I just want to do a really quick video on adding yourself to multiple teams. So, as an admin, you have access to the team setup, and in a lot of cases, people believe they need to add themselves to all the teams to see things. The concept isn't actually needed in OKRs. OKRs should be transparent. So here we are in an example. I'm going to walk through this now, and I am Richard in the sales team. And when I'm Richard in the sales team, I have a single form for me, my weekly planning. I'll explain what that means in a second. And under that, I have a simple way to navigate. So I can navigate from the company and I can visit any of the teams. If I do visit those teams, I can see their OKRs. So anybody in the system, it doesn't matter whether they're an administrator, a team manager, or a user, can see all the OKRs in the system. So what happens if we do add ourselves to multiple teams? And in this case, I've actually taken myself, I've added myself to all the teams. Well, it changes the navigation section, the second column. What happens is the weekly planning forms. I have one for each of the teams I'm in. If I'm in a team, it means I need to do something for that team. So I might need to plan out what I need to do. It really isn't a logical way to set it up. It's very rare that anybody is truly in 6, 7, 8 teams and planning out executional work for that team for themselves. The second thing is I now have a very long your teams list. So the navigation there is already getting very stretched out. I've made what is a quite simple structure look complicated. And the nice clear company report navigation from company to teams has now been pushed down, and in some cases would actually be out of sight depending on the screen size. So, as I mentioned, would I really need to go to the product team and add what am I going to do this week for the product team? Would I need to go in and add what am I going to do for the HR team, etc., etc.? It would be a very unusual case if that was true. So, if I take myself back out of the teams, how does it look again? And just to remind ourselves how clear and simple the navigation is when I'm sitting in one team. But what about the cases where maybe I do truly need to be in multiple teams? Well, one of them could be the case where maybe the head of marketing or team lead of marketing has left, and Richard in the sales team is now going to look after the marketing team. Well, I actually want to put myself into the marketing team, and I want to have a separate form in that case for the work I'm going to be doing in marketing. So it makes sense to add myself into that team. In this case, I now have 2 forms, 2 weekly planning areas, and one of them is the marketing team, in addition to the one I had before, which was the sales team. And this is where I can add the plans I need to do. Now, for some of you, you will have seen observer. What observer actually means is an observer is somebody that is in a team but has no weekly planning form. So, could I have added myself as Richard into the marketing team just as an observer? I could have done. And what will I have? Well, I will just have a single weekly planning form because I'm in the sales team, but I only have a sales team weekly planning form. I'm also in the marketing team, but as I'm an admin, there's actually no benefit. So if I'm an administrator, everything I could do by being in that team, I could already do. There's nothing in marketing I couldn't do. I could still add OKRs, update, etc. You can also add plans for other teams without being in the team. So I could go to marketing and add something to do for marketing, which would reside on my sales team form, but it would be for marketing. So in most cases, for most people, there is never the need to actually add yourself to multiple teams. And often not adding yourself to multiple teams keeps the system simpler and much easier to navigate. So everybody, that was the end of the video. Thank you very much and goodbye.